The first part of this video shows a procedure to fast freeze plant tissues or organs, and the second part shows how to cut and mount cryogenic thin sections in the sample holders of Lucia for micro XRF and micro ZANES analysis. To prepare your sample, go to the BioLab 2. Remember to request the access to the BioLab during your participant registration. The material for the cryotome is in the drawer in front of the cryotome. You will need tweezers, scissors, a razor blade, cryogenic markers, an optimal cutting temperature compound or equivalent, which we will call OCT from now on, isopentane and a small plastic container, liquid nitrogen, and a cryogenic box with a small pipette tip plate inside, personal protection equipment, including a laboratory coat, cryo-microtome support discs, 200 microliter Eppendorfs, and specific Lucia sample holders with Allen key 1.5. Cut the bottom of the Eppendorf and make a small notch in it. The following steps must be conducted under the fume hood using appropriate personal protection equipment. Pour the liquid nitrogen into the container. Pour the isopentane into the plastic container and place it in the liquid nitrogen cryogenic box using tweezers. The isopentane is at the optimal temperature when you start to see white frozen spheres at the bottom of the container. Collect and prepare your plant sample. Fill the Eppendorf with OCT, avoiding bubbles. Place the sample in the OCT in the center of the tube. Immediately plunge the Eppendorf in cold isopentane. You should see the OCT freezing and whitening. Wait for a few seconds and remove the sample from the isopentane to place it in liquid nitrogen. As you go along, the isopentane will become completely frozen. You should remove the isopentane container from liquid nitrogen. Wait a little bit until it starts thawing and cool it again in liquid nitrogen. Close the cryogenic box and go to the cryomicrotome. Place the samples on the cryobar of the cryomicrotome. Activate the cryobar by double-clicking on the corresponding icon of the touch screen. A star appears in the bottom left corner and the temperature of the cryobar will decrease to -55 degrees Celsius. Place the cryomicrotome support discs on the cryobar. Lightly screw in the 3 screws into the bottom holes. Always place the tin braid of the copper plate on the right side. It defines the orientation of the sample holder in the Lucia experimental chamber. Place the copper plate in the cryotome, together with 3 copper platelets, 3 other screws, and 3 plastic rings. Pay attention to the circular groove on the platelets and the corresponding edges on the rings. Also place tweezers and the Allen key in the cryomicrotome. Outside of the cryomicrotome, prepare several ultra-lean discs by removing the paper in between ultra-lean discs and place them inside the cryomicrotome. Place a plastic ring on the copper plate with the flat side on the copper surface and the edge side on the top. Place an ultra-lean disc on the plastic ring. Place a copper platelet with the groove side on the top and cover it with the second ultra-lean disc. When the cryobar temperature is below 50 degrees Celsius, use the Allen key or an equivalent tool to extract the OCT cone from the Eppendorf. Pour a large amount of OCT on the support discs and quickly place a sample cone vertically on the OCT before total freezing. Add OCT around the initial base to reinforce it. This tool is used to place a sample disc on the head of the cryotome. Turn down the lever to open the disc support. Take a disc, place it on the head, and then lift the left side lever to immobilize the disc. Remove the tool. Select a large step such as 50 micrometers by selecting the microns icon on the touch screen and using the up and down arrows. Remove the blade protection. Unblock the hand crank and start to peel off the OCT cone until you reach a clean OCT surface without cracks or bubbles, and the sample can be seen. Reduce the section thickness to the required value. Prepare a clean section. Pick it up on the edge using a tweezer or another adapted tool and place it on the ultralean disc. Take the platelet with the second ultralean disc and turn it over to put it on the sample section and clip it on the ring. You can use your fingers to take the platelet but without touching the sample. The ultralean films should be as tight as possible. Place the final platelet or ring assembly on the first position. Fix it with the screw at the top and finish by screwing the bottom screw. Do the same thing for the other two positions. Place liquid nitrogen into the cryogenic box up to the top of the pipette tip rack. Transfer the sample in the container and come to Lucia Beamline.